Alright, tonight we're going to discuss a central air conditioner, maybe a central heating and air conditioning unit, maybe a heat pump, but I know it's at least a central air conditioner. A central air conditioner that has definitely proven in its time to be very good quality. And first time I ever saw a Fraser Johnson air conditioner was about in 1987. About the summer of 1987, me and my family visited Myrtle Beach. And on the way back from Myrtle Beach, we stopped at some farmhouse plantation, some farmhouse mansion, someplace like that, some historical mansion. And I don't remember which state it was, but all I know on the way back from Myrtle Beach in 1987 is we stopped at some historical mansion and did a tour. Don't remember what it was about, but because it was so long ago, it was something that had to do with history. But in the section of air conditioning, central air conditioners on that mansion, I noticed, a Fraser Johnson, my very first Fraser Johnson air conditioning unit ever, and I thought it was really cool because them Fraser Johnsons have a wedge shape to them. They're wedge shaped units, and plus they have a fan. The condenser fan to the front side of it spins counterclockwise, and I thought that the fact that the Fraser Johnsons have a four-bladed fan. Of course, when I was a kid, I thought that four-bladed fans were kind of cool. And I especially thought that four-bladed fans that spin counterclockwise were cool because it being that most fans spin clockwise at the discharge, the fans on the Fraser Johnsons actually spin counterclockwise at the discharge. Fraser Johnsons are a central air conditioner that's long discontinued. It's been discontinued for over 30 years probably, but from what I describe in my video, that Fraser Johnsons proved to be of definite good quality. I'm going to say that Fraser Johnsons were manufactured probably in the early to mid 80s, because the first Fraser Johnson I described when we visited that farmhouse mansion back in 1987 looked fairly new actually at the time. So I'm going to say Fraser Johnson's, giving a good estimate, were manufactured, I'm going to say the early to mid 80s. In the summer of 1989, me and my family were in Chattanooga. I think we were picking my dad up from the airport after one of his seminars, and we were driving there on Lee Highway, and we passed by this apartment with a whole plethora of Fraser Johnson units. Fraser Johnson units are also they have the wedge shaped with the fan on the front side, and plus they're brown in color. But I just remember me and my family passing by that's apartment on Lee Highway in Chattanooga back in the summer of 1989, and you could see a whole plethora of, Fraser Johnson air conditioners. Probably an air conditioner for each suite of the apartment. And seeing all them Fraser Johnson AC units at that apartment was just so fascinating. All them four-bladed fans that spin counterclockwise, and all those units were just so fascinating to me. And years later, my sisters, whenever they were going to away to college in Chattanooga, I think it was UTC, but they lived at that same apartment as them Fraser Johnson units. And this was back around year 2000. My sisters lived in that very same apartment. And whenever my sisters lived in that same apartment, most of them Fraser Johnsons were still there. Also, I go to some of my doctor's appointments in Chattanooga. And on my way to my Chattanooga doctor's appointments, I passed by that very same exact apartment. And I first noticed them Fraser Johnsons back in 1989, whenever me and my family drove by the apartment for the first time. And it's 2018. I still pass by that same apartment on my way to my doctor's appointment. And most of them Fraser Johnsons still exist. I mean, we're talking units that are over 30 years old. Only a few of them have been changed out from what I can see, but most of them wedge-shaped brown Fraser Johnson air conditioning units still exist to this day. And of course it's 2018. I would actually do a video tour of them Fraser Johnsons at that apartment I've been talking about, but I don't feel like driving all the way from Athens, Tennessee to Chattanooga, which is about a 50-minute drive, just to do a tour of Central Air Conditioners. And my next appointment's not till July the 5th. Of course, it's June the 8th. My next appointment's not... I mean, I don't feel like driving all the way to Chattanooga just for this video, and I don't feel like waiting all the way till my next doctor's appointment for this video, so bear with me, but trust me, all them Fraser Johnsons at that apartment, most of them still exist to this day. However, I do know of a place locally that once had 10 Fraser Johnson air conditioners, had a total of 10 Fraser Johnsons, which this place is the East Side Plaza. The East Side Plaza is located a little bit past downtown Athens there on Highway 30. But in back of that plaza, there was once a total of 10 of them wedge-shaped Fraser Johnsons. 10. And I'm assuming that each air conditioner was for each suite of the plaza. Them Fraser Johnsons there at the East Side Plaza, I know they were in service until like the mid-2010s, and most of them have been changed out there's only 3 of them units left, only 3 Fraser Johnsons at this day. But rest assured, all them Fraser Johnsons were working and in service all the way until the mid 2010s. And there's still 3 of them left. As I said, most of them have been changed out, but there's still 3 of them left. And there's one unit that I know of that's still working. In fact, when I drove by there the other day, that unit was turned on and running. But the other 2, which is at the end of the plaza, like the last suite of the plaza, have not been turned on at all this year, as far as I can see. So I don't know if them other 2 are still in service or not, but I do know that at least one is. Keep in mind that all the Fraser Johnsons that were changed out, I mean, they were in service from 30 to 35 years. Because I remember us first passing by the East Side Plaza in about 1992. And that's the first time I noticed all them 10 Fraser Johnsons. And they're, as I said earlier in the video, them Fraser Johnsons were probably manufactured in like the early to mid 80s. Judging by the research. So again, we are talking about units that went from 30 to 35 years of dedicated service. 35 years of dedicated service before they needed to be changed out. And we got at least 1 unit still in service today, which that unit's probably at may even be pushing to 40 years old. Anyway, what we're gonna do here in a little bit is we're gonna drive down to the East Side Plaza, and I'm gonna take you on a tour of them, and you'll get to see them wedge-shaped Fraser Johnsons that I've been talking about all along. Oh, alright, right there is one of the Fraser Johnson units I was talking about. Yesterday they had it started up. I'm assuming that the business that it cools is closed today, so they must have switched it off last night, but I know for a fact that that unit still runs today. I wish they had it turned on right now, but oh well. Probably have it turned off since the store is closed. It's Sunday, but that's one of the Fraser Johnsons I was talking about. And right there where that newer unit is, I believe that might be a Goodman or something like that. There used to be another Fraser Johnson right where that newer unit's at. The old wedge-shaped Fraser Johnson is still alive and well. Of course, again, I wish they had it turned on, but oh well. This is just proof how good quality them brown wedge-shaped air conditioners were. Used to have the Fraser Johnson logo on the side there where you can see that rectangle, but it's wore off throughout the years. Right there are 2 newer units. Looks like to the left, that's the round one's a Payne. Of course, the one to the right is a York. And there used to be two Fraser Johnsons right where these newer units are. The whole back of this plaza used to have a whole slew of them Fraser Johnsons. We got two more Fraser Johnsons right here at the last suite of the plaza. In fact, I'm not sure if them units are even still in service. I haven't seen them switched on at all this year. Got the newer packaged Goodman unit right there. And I'm assuming that Goodman might be taking the place of at least one of them units. I have not seen them units turned on at all this year. I don't know if they're still in service, but I'm glad that they still exist for now, so can make this video showing you, proving to you of what good quality products were built like way back then. Right where I'm pointing are two more new units. There used to be two Fraser Johnsons right in that exact location as well. I'm doing this video for one specific reason, and that reason being is really old central units like the Fraser Johnson. I respect them units. I respect them units very highly because it's evident that them Fraser Johnsons were quality made. Them Fraser Johnsons were built by people that actually cared about their customers. And you seen the proof that them Fraser Johnsons lasted up to 35 years, and there's still some today still going. Quality units designed to last 35 years or more. Goes to show you how much better the quality of products was back then. I mean, the quality of central units way back then, I mean, was superior. Built by people that cared about their customers, built heavy duty, and built to last for years and years of dependable service. All the new central AC units of today, let's see them last 35 years of dependable service. Let's see all the new, brand new central air conditioners last 35 years of dependable service. Rest assured that won't happen because the quality of central units nowadays has gone down the tubes. And a lot of the central units of today are probably China Pride, made in China Pride like all the other piece of shit appliances. And also, rest assured, I mean, the central units of today won't even last somebody a decade, let alone 35 years or more. The new central AC units of today will not even last a decade, let alone 35 years as them good quality Fraser Johnsons have.